was January 2019. Everywhere was snow and it was very cold outside. I remember looking through the window. Everything was white and no one was outside. I woke up, I ate my breakfast, and I did my warm-up routine as always. It was 8 o'clock in the morning, and my final match of Polish National Championship was about to start in an hour. At the time, I was struggling with my knee injury, so every time when I was running through the ball, I felt this pain in my body. I was stressed, anxious, but also motivated, because you never know when we'll be playing the final of national championships again. The coach of the national team is looking at your match. Your parents are waiting for the call. You are in the spotlight. At 9 o'clock, I went on the court. There was no place for weakness. I had to only focus on my game and nothing else mattered. At first, I was not playing confident enough and I lost the first set. I went to the locker room, I took my towel, I soaked it with the cold water to wash my face and to cool myself down. I told myself, Amelia, you're a good player and you can do this. Just play each point by point. I started to play more confident and more relaxed. I won the second set. It was time for the deciding game. We already played for 3 hours. You could feel the stress in the sports center. It was all over it. I remember I could only hear the sound of the bouncing ball. I felt this mix of an emotion in myself. I was stressed, but also motivated. But at the same time, I felt this strange feeling in my stomach. While playing the point, I tried to stay concentrated and focused. I remember after so many times, I finally got a match point. I played a forehand winner. I won. The girl who took the tennis racket for the first time when she was 8 just became the best player under 16 years of age in her country. Hello, my name is Amelia Kopel. I will be 18 this year. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a student, and I'm a tennis player. We all now crave to be the best and to be one of the kind. We all want to get the best job, and we all have pressure to be successful. Most of my life, I was living under pressure for many years and from many people. Well, at first I started to play tennis just for fun, but as we say, the appetite goes by eating. Well, at first I was not the best player and I can say that I was constantly losing. But after some time, I finally managed to achieve my goals or goals that people told me to have. But still, it was not good enough because I was getting older and older and the level of my game had to increase. It was a vicious cycle. After each success, everyone is craving another one, a bigger one. I remember the time when I was younger, I was playing 3 tournaments in 3 different countries in 3 weeks. And you may ask why? Well, I didn't play well enough and I didn't get enough ranking points. After some time, and because of the tempo of my life, I was tired. After winning this big title, the national championship, I remember the next day I had to play another tournament because the grid never stops. And after 10 years of constantly pushing my body to its limit, it finally said stop. I was getting more injuries, my mood was terrible, and I didn't have enough power to go to practices. Well, at the time, I was meeting with my psychologist, but we never talked about my feelings, just about tennis. I finally opened up to her and I talked how I feel. I'm really grateful for that because she really helped me to understand who I am and what I want to do in my life. But after discussing all of my experiences, one question always popped to my mind. Why does young athletes who are hardworking, motivated, and competitive are getting burned out so fast? Well, and my answer was bad pressure. And in sports, we have two main factors of it: the coaches and the sports environment, but also athletes themselves. Unfortunately, many coaches don't know how to motivate young players in the right way, because they try to motivate them by saying, look, you're getting older, you don't have time to fail, or look, there is other million girls like you and you have to practice harder. And for most of the players, it had a completely opposite effect. They're getting stressed and even paralyzed. And unfortunately, many coaches don't realize that by saying these words, these words can have a huge impact on the kids' later life, their self-esteem and their mental health. I know that coach and a player should be a team, and they have to communicate well. Well, also, young athletes struggle because they're going through puberty, which I can say from the girls' perspective is the hardest time of their life because everything changes. Most of the girls struggle with their body image, and the sport is putting more pressure on them because they need to be perfect, they need to be in the best shape. You cannot have a bad day because you're on your period and you have a headache, because one bad day means one lost day of practices. Most of the young players are quitting sport by the age of 16 because they cannot manage the pressure and the demands that sports is putting on them. Well, if we would only have the outside pressure, believe me, it would be amazing. But on top of everything, young athletes, by hearing all of these negative voices, they also struggle with themselves. Look, I have to lose weight because my coach told me to do so, or if I'm going to lose this match, I'm going to be a loser. These are only the examples that players have in their minds. In tennis, only one person wins the tournament, one from 32, 64 players. So basically, every week you lose. And players should know that the defaults don't define them. Every week, you have a new opportunity to develop your game and to be the best version of yourself, but in the good way. Well, all of this experience made me realize what is important in life. At the beginning, I told you a story about my national championship final, and this was an example how I overcome my stress and pressure. I understood that I want to win this title for myself and not for anyone else, not for my coach, not for my family or friends, just for myself. And I found this inner motivation inside of me. But when I look back at my crazy tennis life, there was no place for just pure fun and just enjoying the sports. And I think that's the most important thing. Well, kids should not decide if they're going to be professional by the age of 12, because this is not how this is how the sport works, but that's a definitely wrong impression of it. Players should more focus on if they like their sport and if they want to do it. Of course, sport is hard, but also the sports environment is putting additional pressure because we focus on the result and not the process. It counts if we win or lose, and not if we're going to play well or if we are going to do the tactics from our coach. Well, it took me a lot of years to realize all of these things, and it was a very long process. Because right now you may think, wow, she really hates it, and that's definitely not true. Because of tennis, I gain many positive characteristics. I'm hardworking, disciplined, competitive, and many other things. I was able to contact with an amazing people who helped me develop myself, and I'm really grateful for my parents because they always support me no matter what. Well, because of tennis, I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. I know how to use them. So, here is my advice for everyone. Pressure will be always there, no matter what you do. But you can understand it as I did, and you can understand what to do about it, because you are in control of your thoughts. Don't let anyone say bad things about you, because you know your worth and you know who you are. It doesn't matter if people talk good or bad things about you, because it matters what you think about yourself. Believe in yourself, because you can do amazing things. Thank you.